going on, everybody? Dogman Dan here. We are in Warframe. We're talking the Prisma Skana in here, okay? So, we saw the Void Trader come out. He had the Prisma Skana. He had a couple other things going on. In that video, I quickly compared it to the Skana Prime. The big difference between these two here is that the Prisma Skana has critical chance. It has a really nice critical chance, making it a very critical, viable weapon. You can hit really, really fast, extremely well, and takes it right up to a top tier. Right along the lines with the Skana Prime, but you guys, if you've looked at my Skana Prime build videos, you know I build it more on damage than I do for the, obviously, the critical chance, because it's almost useless on that one, or the speed that you can get out of it. So this one is going to play up a little bit different, and it really comes out to the same type of thing in the end. Yes, you can out DPS the Skana Prime, which, in short, pisses me off that yet another Founder's weapon is now made inferior to other things that are in game, but that's a whole nother issue. But with that being said, we're kind of ruining the whole Mark 1 versus Prime and progression in between by doing this, but that's again a whole nother issue. But this weapon, really good. I put it right into the Tower 3 and just ran it here, is what you're seeing parts of that in the video. I knew where I could go with it because I've run the Skana for so long. Dacra Prime, once we got the Skana Prime back up here and they brought the Bright Purity mod, the Syndicate mod, which is very important here, into the mix with the Skanas and the Skana Prime a while back, that made that weapon viable again for a top end, if you will. And ever since then, I pretty much put my Dacra Prime to the side, and I've used the Skana Prime, and you've seen it in millions and millions of different things that I've done. Well, I shouldn't say millions, okay. Hundreds to thousands of videos you've seen me running my Skana Prime since that point. This is no different. You don't have a Prime, get this Prisma. This is the weapon that you're gonna really enjoy out of the Skana family. I mean, we've got the regular Skana starter weapon. You got the dual Skana, which is, they were never really very good. I just don't like the stance on it. And then you've got the Skana Prime, and you've got the Prisma, which, both using the Crimson Dervish, using the Bright Purity, you get some high quality out of them. Okay, enough ranting and talking. Let me go ahead and show you how I set this one up, and I'll also show you something that's very similar to my Skana build, so you can compare them here. Just so that way you can get some ideas. Alright, let's take a look at the Prisma Skana, shall we? Okay, on my B build here. So, really, you're going to build it with the critical in there, because that's the defining part of this one, versus as far as damage. So it does set it apart from the Skana Prime. For the Skana Prime, you can build it for damage, and this one you're going to build it for the critical. Okay, real simple. So Crimson Dervish is going to go in there. You're going to want to hit that, of course, and you get some really great combos in there. The number 4 combo is awesome, knocking through armor and everything. Pressure Point, Buzzkill, Bright Purity are my damage mods, if you will. So 120% melee damage, 120 slash, 100% melee damage, +1 purity on the Bright Purity mod. If you do not have the Buzzkill, because I know people are going to ask me, you can put in, let's say, the Jagged Edge, just to have a little bit of extra base damage in there. I like to have that extra base damage, and that's just me. But I didn't feel like I needed to have them both in there, because that's getting it too close to my actual Skana Prime, and I want to keep my Skana Prime as unique as I can, so that way it is still a viable run for me. So, Pressure Point, Buzzkill, or Jagged Edge, I'd like to have that extra slash in there. Bright Purity, okay. Life Strike is going to be a must to take this anywhere you want to go. And I always play with a full rank Life Strike, because when I want to hit, I want my health back all in one shot. That's when I want to channel, because I'm going to hit the channeling cost so high. I want to channel once or twice, get my health back, and then move on. We're going to go ahead and use the Organ Shatter for the critical damage, bringing it to a 3.8 from 2. We're going to use the critical chance as 60% critical chance increase, giving you a 32% chance, making it viable for the Berserker. But in order to make the Berserker feel like it's actually working, we're going to also increase the base to a with the Fury. So our base attack speed is a 1.3 plus the critical on top of that. Okay, giving us another 30% attack speed bonus plus the stacks on top of that. So that's where this weapon really comes in and starts to shine. You may not have the biggest base damage numbers that are out there, but you can really ruffle stomp because of the speed that you can get with this, making it a very high-end DPS style weapon. And there's a few different ways you could put this together, but this is the way that I liked it most. Now, just as some quick comparison, this is pretty similar to what my Skana Prime looks like, okay? And as you can see, the numbers do go up on the Skana if we're comparing it to what my Skana Prime would be, but I'd lose my critical chance out of here. And the big thing with the Prisma is it is all about that critical chance, so that's what makes it different. This isn't exactly what my Skana Prime looks like. This is just an idea, but you can see we're pretty much with the Skana Prime. I can double the numbers on that, but I really wanted to get that critical, because that's the key on this weapon. Alright, comments, questions below. Thanks for watching as always, and I'll see you guys next time.